Facebook helps Albany police break up a pretty big underage drinking party. Saturday night, police discovered about 300 people crammed inside 556 Washington Avenue for a party. 3 UAlbany students are now facing charges, including serving alcohol to minors and underage drinking. Police told us that not only was underage drinking a problem there, there was also a pretty big concern about this all being a major fire hazard. The party was one of the largest house parties Albany police have ever had to put a stop to, they say. Police were tipped off through Facebook.
We had information prior to the party starting that there was going to be a large party on Washington Avenue at 556 Washington. So one of the sergeants, right around the time the party was supposed to start, sent a couple officers down there.
I only know him because there was an invitation on Facebook and a few of my friends were going. So I went with them.
Albany police say they still aren't sure how the minors got their hands on so much alcohol, but they say their investigation is continuing.
So what kinds of legal consequences could we be talking about here for the students allegedly involved in throwing that house party? Joining us live to talk more about that tonight, we have Michael Macomber with us. He is an attorney with Albany's Tully Rinckey law firm. Michael, thank you for being with us once again tonight.
Thank you for having me.
And just on background, let's start with a basic question here. Serving alcohol to minors, what is the penalty for someone convicted of that?
Serving alcohol to minors, they could potentially be facing any kind of misdemeanor charges. Depending on whether or not this was a first violation or not, they may be able to negotiate some sort of lesser punishment, but it depends on, each individual.
Okay, so then we talk about these 3 people who are students. They are underage themselves. They're accused of serving to minors. Are they charged as juveniles or as adults here?
They're over, as I understand it, 2 of them are 19 years old. I believe one of them was 20. They are all going to be charged as adults in this matter. They're over the age of 18. And they could also be facing some sort of punishment from the colleges as well.
Mm-hmm. So, in other words, they will be, like you said, tried as adults. There's no chance of any lessened consequences should they be found guilty of these charges?
There's always the chance for a lesser charge, depending, again, on the individual. If they have potentially a clean history, they may be able to work out a reduced sentence or reduced punishment given their particular case.
There was also talk about the potential for a massive fire hazard there. You had about 300 people in this space. What would have happened if something, heaven forbid, had gone wrong at this party? Would the students throwing the party have been found liable? The landlord? I know at 6 o'clock we heard from the landlord. He said he didn't even know about it until he read about this party in the paper.
That's probably a good answer from the landlord there. I think certainly the students could be liable if something had happened, if they were actually the ones who had been providing the alcohol. There are civil laws that govern that. The landlord, if he had absolutely no knowledge of this, had no involvement, the chances for his liability are pretty minimal.
Okay, so basically it's kind of the responsibility lies with the people responsible for actually throwing this party.
Most likely, given this circumstance.
All right, well, Michael Macomber, we thank you so much for taking time once again out of your evening, and I'm sure I'll be seeing you soon.
Thank you again.